the only joint where you get action of movement is the shoulder joint. This is the exact movement, right? So I can keep my arms completely straight, or I can keep my elbows bent like this. I'm still only moving. What is going on YouTube? You are back with the Prez. As you can see, we are in the home garage gym today. It's Monday, start of a new week. Previous workout that you saw was Friday's workout when I did a 105 rep muscle up routine. And all of last week, getting back on schedule, I ended up hitting an upper, lower. And then that last upper routine was that Friday, which was the 105 rep routine, right? Saturday was a full rest day. Yesterday I actually benched, so yesterday was the start of my new week. It was like push day. Remember, I was on a push-pull legs type of split leading up to when I took that week off. So yesterday was a light push day. Not light in terms of I didn't make progress, because again, remember I told you I'm going to start including the incline bench press as my main movement, and I closed out 135 for 3 sets of 10 on incline bench yesterday, and then I finished the routine yesterday with just 3 sets of diamond pushes. So very, very easy going, but still hit a nice PR on that incline chest press push workout, right? So now we're getting into pull. I'm supposed to hit my 35-pound pulls today, 3 sets of 10. My left elbow, for some reason, as I was warming up, was feeling a little off on my pulls, so I said I'm not gonna go for the 3 sets of 10 today with the weighted pulls. I actually decided to do some cable work just to keep a low stress environment and get a nice, almost complete isolation back routine now, right? So I'm already 2 sets in right now on my first exercise, which is lat pull down. So you're gonna see I'm gonna film this 3rd set for you, then you're gonna film the entire rest of the back workout. This is gonna be titled the Bodybuilding back workout, because now when I'm using the machines, using cables, again, it's more isolation, really focusing on that mind-muscle connection. No jerking, every movement is controlled and engaged, focusing on the target muscle group. So it's a back workout today, pull workout, so all back work, right? So this is my 3rd set of lat pull down. I got 100 pounds on each stack right here, right? So nice and controlled weight, and I'm using the Mad Grip bar, which gives a nice neutral grip for these pulls. You're gonna see the engagement, watch the tempo, guys. This is the benefit of having machines, right? Remember, you can build muscle in a low stress environment, which is only gonna benefit you for your calisthenics. So if I can get bigger muscles by doing cables and my lats, so when I go to do pull-ups, body weight, my pull-ups are gonna be easier because I have stronger lats and bigger lats, right? It's the only thing that makes sense, guys. It's not rocket science. It's bodybuilding and training. Let's go. Nice stretch to start. Pulling with the elbow, squeezing. And guys, if your goal is to build muscle, and if you're training body weight, or if you're training with machines and cables, I want you to mimic this tempo. This is how your reps should look. Full control of the negative, fully lengthening those muscles, whatever muscle group you're working. Cables are gonna be great for this mind-muscle connection. It's literally gonna pull you through that full range of motion with gravity working with you and against you at the same time. You gotta control that stack. Nice squeeze down, driving through the elbows, getting that squeeze in the contracted position. And again, guys, this is how you build up time under tension. This is how you keep the muscles under tension and fully almost isolating them, right? Remember, this is more locally fatiguing as opposed to systemically fatiguing. This is going to fatigue the back muscles, but I'm not going to get any fatigue in my core, my legs, or the rest of my body like if I was doing like bent over barbell rows or something like that. Insane burn in the lats on there. When you're doing slow and controlled movements, focusing on that eccentric, controlling the repetition, squeezing, you're forcing a lot of time under tension. That set was a long set of 12, right? Besides you being under tension a long time, that's when you start to build up all those metabolites, right? That's when the lactic acid starts to build up. That's when the blood is engorging those muscles under those slow and controlled time under tension sets, right? So you get a crazy burn starting to happen. You want to fight through that until that very last rep. You can see how the reps starting to slow down. I'm really trying to grind. You can see, look, just 3 sets in only. I'm not even really pumped. I'm not even flexing. I'm just flaring. Look at the lat engagement. Back pump is crazy just off the first exercise. More to go. Let's get it. All right, guys, moving on. Next movement in the rotation, we're going to be hitting our horizontal pulling exercise. Remember those lat pull downs are going to be vertical. If you want to get a full, complete back workout, you got to do vertical and horizontal movements, right? Vertical is going to give you more of that V, Y taper. Horizontal is going to give you that thickness, right? So we're going to be doing ring rows here, guys. Getting back some calisthenic movements now. Again, ring rows are going to be the most comfortable for you. Eat ring rows, ring pull-ups, because again, it's going to give you that freedom to twist or keep your hands in whatever position is most optimal and comfortable for you. Now again, we're going to try to focus on keeping those elbows, drawing them close. We're going to start pronated here and end in supinated to slightly neutral on these rows. I'm going to go feet up, make them a little tougher, so now my body's perfectly horizontal to the floor. And here with the rings too, on these rows, you want to follow that same tempo. Fully controlling the eccentric, fully locking out, squeezing 1 second in that contracted position, keeping that tension high, and not letting the muscles relax at all during the set. And again, controlling each repetition, going through a full range of motion. Chest to bar or sternum to bar repetitions here, guys. 10 reps on the first set, 2-minute break between each set here. I'm going to go for 2 more sets at 10. I will film them again. Now we're going to get this routine, 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 10 ring rows. When again, it's lower stress, lower intensity, and the volume's higher. Again, that's when you can produce that higher volume training. Keep those rest periods short. Focus on that mind-muscle connection. Keep that time of attention high for the duration of each set. And you're going to really get a good, crazy type of stimulus. You're going to feel good. Your pump's going to be out of this world at the end of the routine. Let's go. On the ring rows done, that was our main horizontal movement of the day. We did 1 vertical so far, 1 horizontal movement. And you can see by that 3rd set, I was pausing less on top. The set went a little faster, the time of attention was a little slower, but I was able to catch all 3 sets of 10, right? I kept the break periods pretty consistent there, just about 90 seconds between all the sets. Again, when you don't rest that long, like I was telling you with the lat pull downs, you're gonna be building up a lot of those metabolites, right? That lactic acid, the blood, it accumulates in the muscles. The longer you break, the more that will disperse out of the muscles and the fresher you'll be for the next of the oncoming set. The shorter your break periods, the more that blood and that lactic acid is going to be still accumulated into those muscles. So when you go into that next set, the reps just get harder and harder. Even though the weight's the same, nothing changes, the fatigue builds up more and more. Imagine you just have a crazy pump. You know, when you have a crazy pump, it's hard to move the range of motion, right? Because you're pumped up, right? You have your range of motion is limited. You look bigger. Imagine if you have a swollen wrist. You can't move your wrist as much because it's swollen, right? So the same thing. Your body's swollen after doing sets like that, so the reps and the range of motion gets harder to hit. But that's okay when the goal is muscle building, because you're sending a high stimulus to the muscles to get stronger and grow back bigger. More to come today, guys. Like I said, it's low stress movement, so we're gonna hit a decent amount of volume. Let's go. All right, guys, moving on. Now we're gonna go to almost a complete lat isolation exercise. I've done these before in the past. I do these very often as a warm-up with bands. We're gonna be going into a straight arm lat pull down. This is an excellent movement to help train front lever strength, right? The front lever is a straight arm pulling movement, right? And we're gonna be mimicking the same angles that we would be getting into if we were raising into a front lever right now, guys. So I have a straight bar attachment. You guys can do this with a rope. You guys can do it with pulleys. I'm just doing it today with a straight bar attachment. So, like I said, it's a straight arm pull down, almost a complete lat isolation exercise. So just watch the range of motion, watch the engagement that I'm going through here, guys. And I don't have heavy weight on, only 40 pounds on the stack. So we're gonna hinge. You're gonna start with a nice stretch in the lats right here. Lats are fully stretched. Keeping the arm straight. You're gonna pull it right to your upper thigh. Stretch the lats. Isolation exercise. Remember, isolation exercise means there's a single joint focused movement, right? If we're doing pull-ups, we're getting movement at our elbow joint and our shoulder joint, right? Multi-joint means a compound movement. These straight arm lat pull downs, even if you see a slight bend in my elbow, right? Even if my elbows stay bent for the whole duration of the movement, right? They stay isometrically bent. There's no movement in the elbow. The only joint where you get action of movement is the shoulder joint. This is the exact movement, right? So I can keep my arms completely straight, or I can keep my elbows bent like this. I'm still only moving from the shoulder joint, right? If I was doing this, then it would be multi-joint because my elbows are going through flexion and extension. Here, even if my elbows stay completely bent, think about when we're doing dumbbell pullovers on a bench like this, right? This is the same movement pattern. If we're doing the old school dumbbell pullover, right? Elbows can stay bent, but we're only moving through the shoulder joint, right? Excellent for lat engagement, lat development. One more set of those right now, guys. Let's go. All right, guys. Set 3. I switched the angle up here just to show. Look, you don't need a crazy setup, right? I had a high pulley before. Now I moved the pulley to the middle. It doesn't matter really where you're doing it from. It just matters that you're getting that lat stretch. And before I had dual pulleys, right? So 40 each side. So now I got an 80 pound stack because I'm just using one weight stack here, guys. Alright, 3 sets of 10 on the straight arm pull downs. Like I said, it's a nice isolation movement. The lat pull downs, the rows, those are going to be more compound, multi-joint movements. We're going to do one more exercise today for back to wrap up the routine. See you there. Alright, last movement of the day. We're going to go back to the pulley system. And we're going to be doing a seated row variation, right? more of a compound movement, multi-joint, but this movement specifically going to target more of that mid-back as opposed to more of the lats and the width. So now we're really focusing on that width. We're going to be really focusing on that mid-back, those rhomboids, whole area right here. We're going to do a close grip row, right? So we want to be pulling that attachment. Our hands will be getting pulled right to our belly button as opposed to being pulled elbows to the side where we want to be targeting, drawing those elbows down and back to the lats. Here they're going to be getting pulled here, getting nice to that mid-back contraction. We got 110 on the stacks. And this cable variation of the row is going to be very similar to the variation you see me doing in the park when I'm kicking my feet up onto the monkey bars and I'm going close grip, right? Remember, close grip is going to hit a little more, like I said, here, mid-back. The wider you go, the more you bring those elbows down and back to the side of your body. It's going to hit a little bit more lats, right, in that outer part of the back, right? And remember, the rows are going to be more for thickness. The vertical pulling is going to be more for that V and that wideness in the back, right? So make sure you're incorporating horizontal and vertical movements for a complete back workout, which you guys have heard me say 1,000 times. Woo. All right, 12 reps, 2 more sets of that. All right, that's it, guys. You're going to see all the sets. Second set right now, 90-second break again. Let it round. And what I mean when I say let it round is I'm talking about the scapula, right? You want to let that scapula round and come open when you're eccentrically loading, when your arms are coming forward, and when you're pulling back and you're contracting, when you're bringing that cable or that attachment to your lower stomach, that's when the scapula is getting brought together, right? That's the contraction. That's when you see my shoulder blades being pinched together. And when I come forward, it's like I'm letting my whole back go forward and round around the spine, right? That's how the scapula gets full engagement. So glad I filmed it. 12 the first set, 10 the second set, 8 rep minimum on set 3, which you're going to see. Let's go. All right, guys, the third set is actually not the last exercise of the day. We're going to do one more, so stay tuned. This is the last set of rows, though. Third set, 90-second break again. Get that stretch. And I was going to extreme failure right there. Try to get another 12, didn't catch on that last rep. One more movement right now, guys, for some bicep work. Let's go. All right, guys, finishing off the routine, we're gonna work on some bicep work, right? Told you at the beginning of the day, when I went to do my pulls, my left elbow, right in this tendon area, is having some stress, right? So what I got a light weight on, I got 50 pounds on the cable attachment, I got a low pulley on, and I'm gonna go high rep cable curls right now, 15 to 20 reps right now. Only gonna film one set, I'm gonna do 2 sets, just to pump a lot of blood in a low stress environment into my elbow joints right here, guys. So nice lean back. If you got access to a low cable, great for isolating your biceps, guys. You're gonna get a crazy stretch of the tendon. Like I said, this is gonna be specific for tendon work. Biceps are just gonna get a crazy pump also. We're gonna go 25. And guys, I'm gonna hit one more set. I'm not gonna film it. And that's a wrap for the pull routine. All back focused, some arms. I'm going to be traveling this week also, so my schedule is going to be a little off as well. I'm going to be down in Florida towards the later part of the week, so you'll see some videos down there. Yeah, like I said, yesterday was push where I only did incline bench and diamond pushes. Today was a full pull workout, high volume, lower stress, lower intensity, pretty much all cable work, right? A lot of isolation work, lower stress environment. Tomorrow, the day before I travel, I'm probably going to end up hitting more bench again and legs, and then I'll see you guys down in Florida. Hopefully I can film tomorrow's workout for you guys also. And like always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have a question or comment, leave it in the comment section. I'll always get back to you guys. If you got access to the cables, I always say do not neglect it. It's only going to make you a stronger calisthenic athlete. Cables, machines, all that, dumbbells. Utilize everything, guys, if you got access to it. Like always, guys, I appreciate all the support. Like the video, it helps you out a good amount. Share with your friends and your family. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And like always, guys, peace out. I appreciate all the support. BARNATURALS.
And they all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.